what are you guys dealing with right now here at Toomer's Corner?
Okay, in addition to the cleanup, which is a normal part of the process following a football victory, we're dealing with fire, the results of fire. We all know that last night perpetrator lit the toilet paper on fire. It burned the canopy of the tree closest to Magnolia Avenue. As a result of that, a significant amount of the foliage in the upper canopy and the northwest quadrant is off color, is curled, and very soon we'll begin to see it starting to drop. Okay. Also, the base of the trunk, the base of the tree is scorched, is darkened, is blackened in color, and all of these together indicate an additional stress on the trees that aren't fully established.
What are the long-term effects that you anticipate?
You know, what we're going to see in the short term is that the foliage is going to continue to drop. At this time of year, most of the trees are beginning to go dormant. So we're very likely not going to see a flush of growth this fall. What we see in a week from now with the trees with much fewer leaves on them is what we're going to look at throughout fall, winter, and early spring. What we're hoping, best case scenario, is that in next spring we're going to see a vigorous flush of growth and the trees will refoliate. And then we'll continue on trying to do our best to ensure the well-being of these trees.
How does this impact rolling going forward?
How does this impact rolling going forward? We haven't fully assessed the extent of the damage. If you recall that prior to the first rolling, we outlined certain parameters or conditions that we hoped the fans would follow to ensure that the trees weren't injured as a part of the rolling process. One of the most critical was violated last night, lighting the toilet paper on fire. We're going to have to get together, assess the extent of damage and whether this is a possibility going forth. Right now, just based on the condition of the trees, I don't think the tree is going to die. Okay? Now, as I mentioned to others, there's a difference between a tree surviving and a tree being worthy of keeping. There's something that we oftentimes refer to as aesthetic death, that a tree declines to such an extent that it no longer contributes to the landscape. And we'll be monitoring the tree, and we haven't really discussed this, but we may begin making plans for securing other trees as backups should something like this occur again, because we need to be prepared, particularly if we plan to continue this tradition. This probably won't be the last time.
Something like this has happened before, though, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Fires have happened here.
Right. The last time it happened was after the Alabama A&M game in 2012. Okay. One of the, I think, three victories that year. We still had the original Toomer's Oaks, and the toilet paper was lit on fire late that night, and it was probably one of the hottest fires that we've had up here. I can recall over the last 15 to 20 years that occurring probably 4 to 6 times. And we're very fortunate to have the fire department within 2 blocks. They responded very quickly and extinguished the flames. If you look at the College Street tree, still has a lot of the toilet paper on it, and as a safety measure, they drenched the canopy of it to ensure that we didn't have a second fire.
Now, how did the pipe that you put up for irrigation during the early summer, how is that going to come into play?
The fire melted the vertical piping that runs up the trunk, and that's going to be replaced beginning tomorrow. There's about 180 feet of drip irrigation tube that circles around the base of the tree inside the low fence. It's going to be checked out. Replacement vertical pipe is going to be put in the canopy, and we're going to continue to use that between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. to cool the canopy of the trees.